Hello, everyone. I am James the Squirrel, and I am here with Nicky V.
We're back this time for realsies and such.
I
Like
am.
last week we were gonna do a video about the first episode after Mania, like the first legit one, and everything happened. Like I went to Babs.
I
James.
became gravely ill from Monday to Saturday that week.
Also, your mic broke.
Yeah, and the day of of us recording that, my mic broke, and I had to go out and buy a new one. Speaking of which, I am using said new mic.
Yeah, so we skipped last week. A lot of big things happened last week, and I
Yeah,
wish I could talk about them, like Oni Lorcan fucking dying.
poor Oni.
Like, yeah,
Poor
and
Oni.
also NXT has new theme music and graphics.
I like the color is nice.
Like, I will say it looks good.
Yeah.
Sounds, but it sounds. I'm not huge on the theme song just yet.
I'm not huge on the mixing of the two fonts.
I like the I like the font
You
thing.
will notice that we're not using the new logo either.
Oh yeah. Well,
we
that
need to
might change
update
at
that.
some point, but like we'll cross that bridge when we burn it. But so this week's
Hey,
NXT though.
this week's NXT started off with a Bobby Roode promo. I am fine with this.
Glorious. I won't give in till I'm victorious.
And then Hideo Itami's music hit.
Yeah, well, the whole thing with Rude was like standard Rude procedure. It was just, yeah, I'm Bobby Roode. I'm gonna be a dick
If
to you guys.
if you have heard a Bobby Roode promo recently, you know what he said.
Yeah, and then like you said, Hideo showed up. Fucking slapped him in the face and gave him a GTS.
And he sold it like a champ.
Yeah, he like after he took the knee to the face, he like kind of like landed on his feet and was buckled with buckled knees and then just fell backwards and it was just like, oh, he sold that like death.
And
And then
he kept selling it.
yeah, he sold that for like there was a commercial break and then it came back and he was still on the ground. Like nice.
On his ass, but on his ass
Mm-hmm.
sitting up, but still
Yeah,
out
like he
cold.
got up and he was still woozy and such. And Hideo was just such a fucking boss during this. Like he didn't come out with a mic. He didn't say anything. Like he just walked out, looked at Bobby Roode square in the eye, slapped him in the face, gave him a GTS, and then adjusted his tie and walked like a
So,
boss.
I have a question for you. If you could sign any wrestler from New Japan who isn't Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks, who would you
Okay.
sign?
Hmm. Gotta go with Okada. Like
Yeah.
he's the guy who everybody's having these 5-star matches with, including Omega. So
Yep.
yeah,
See, the first match you would have to do with that is a feud with John Cena to see who is the Superman of wrestling.
yeah, dude, like Kazuchika Okada, like you pair him up with like any indie guy or any big WWE guy, fucking dream match. So yeah, like
At
Okada's a walking fucking like moneymaker for anybody who has him.
at the moment, I have five people who are walking dream matches: Okada, Kenny Omega, Jeff and Matt Hardy. I'm combining those two.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Angle,
Right.
and surprisingly
If you say
enough,
Martin Kirby, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
actually no, I was gonna say
That may have been a
Adam
bit too strong.
Cole, baby.
Okay, Adam Cole works. That may have been a bit too strong for me. I apologize. But yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
that works.
like those five guys, if you put them in the WWE, you will want them to fight almost everyone of note. Like we got like this past week on Raw, which is why I think Raw is great at the moment. Apart from their tag division got destroyed because their top heel team got a case of broken jaw.
By the way, before we get too far into that, I have a question. So Dash Wilder is the one who's hurt.
Yes.
So what do you do with Scott Dawson in the meantime? Because he is too good to do nothing with.
Like, how much does he weigh? Because if he's under 205, throw him in 205 live and have him beat the living shit out of the cruiserweights for the next couple of months.
There's a few people like that already. Like I feel like Drew Gulak could basically do that. He's 224.
No, okay, never mind.
But I was thinking, how about this? Like, Raw doesn't have a ton of mid-card heels. What if you had him feud with Ambrose for the IC title for just a month or so?
Well, there's several reasons why that shouldn't happen.
Why?
One, I want Cesaro to take that belt.
He's busy with other things.
Yes, he's busy with the tag division because the tag division is depleted at the moment because...
and can't afford to lose him.
I know, it's so sad. Honestly, and this may be the inner Miz mark in me, I want the Miz to get it back. He's better than Dean Ambrose. God fucking damn it.
Lies. Slanderous lies.
No, it's true.
Maybe this is just the Dean Ambrose mark in me talking, but like, I still really fucking like Dean Ambrose.
He has gotten better this past week since he's been moved to Raw.
His last week was really cool too. Like, he came out and was just like, "Oh, I'm so happy to have somebody to talk to," and like it, like all that shit was awesome. Like when he was just like fooled by the Miz, and when he realized, he was just like, "Oh, dirty deeds."
Yeah, like basically. He, since moving to Raw, Dean Ambrose has gotten better, and The Miz is still great.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Because aside from him getting killed by a forklift, his feud with Corbin wasn't exactly amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after the Rude Itami encounter, we got a match announced for next week on NXT. Tyler Bate versus Jack Gallagher for the UK Championship.
Now, this raises... Oh, hell yeah! This raises a question with me. Mm-hmm. And it's a very important question. Mm-hmm. Should Jack Gallagher leave 205 Live and be one of the cornerstones of the UK show they're doing?
I'm going to say yes, because he's already feuded for the cruiserweight title and lost, but looked really strong in the process. And like, I think Neville's holding on to the cruiserweight title for a good long while. So in the meantime, give Gallagher something else to do and have him go over to the UK show.
So here is my suggestion for your... Here's my suggestion for your three main faces of the UK show.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Gallagher, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven.
Is Mark Andrews a face?
He is one of those lower guys. He's not one of those. He is not one of the big guys who will be one of the first few to fight a heel if the heel gets the belt.
Okay.
Yeah, he might be like the first one who gets absolutely destroyed kind of deal.
Okay, so what about the top heels?
Okay, obviously Pete Dunne, even though I think he should go to Raw and just beat the living shit out of people.
Obs.
Be the William Regal of our generation, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, no, see, this is where I think, and it pains me to say this, but they could hire two people.
Hire two people?
Yes.
Ooh.
Those two people are Marty Skrull, because I am a
Never
Skrull girl.
gonna happen.
Shut up! I can dream, can't I?
Not if I stop your dreams.
And the other one, honestly, could be Galloway.
Maybe if they really want to anchor that show.
He would be
And-
the heel. He would be the anchor for the heel division, heel part of that group. Also keeps him in the UK scene.
I can't decide whether I would want McIntyre or Aleister Black in that role.
Yeah, it's like either one. Well, Aleister Black I would put as the tweener.
Yeah. Well, you could do the same for for McIntyre.
He's a better heel than he is a tweener.
Yeah.
He
Well,
can tween, but he's better at being a heel because, God, he's so good.
Yeah. Oh, also, one funny thing from the Tyler Bate Jack Gallagher interview, besides the fact that Tyler Bate seemed really nervous on the mic for some reason. They shook hands afterwards, and Jack called him Master Tyler.
Yes. Because
it's a good thing he went with his first name. and not his last name.
Dick reference.
Low-hanging fruit joke. Who's with me? High five.
No. Too sweet.
Okay. Too sweet.
Here is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not losing that title.
No. Well, no.
He's not going to lose it to Jack Gallagher. He's going to lose it to Pete Dunne.
Yeah, he's got to lose it to a heel, specifically probably Dunne.
Yes,
I'm fine with
it is either Dunne or someone we do not know about.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So after that was the whole Rude trying to stand up and being all thing, and then we got a video that was filmed by Heavy Machinery. Like I like how they're making this a regular thing and having that be like it's not just Billy Kay and Peyton Royce who do this. Like this is a common thing for most of these guys. So Otis Dozovich is filming Tucker Knight, and he's about to bench press a bunch of weight. I think they said 495.
Yes, they said 495, which in kilograms for people who are not in America. Mm-hmm. That's 224.5 kilograms.
So you go to the gym a lot. How much of a lot is that?
Well, let me put it this way. Today I lifted 15 kilograms. Of course, I'm a small lad.
That's like 35 pounds-ish?
I have a converter right here.
Okay, that was off of my head for just throwing that out there.
You were close. 33 pounds.
I'm not bad at this.
But
so, yeah.
I can squat 44 pounds.
Okay. That's pretty good.
And that's only after a month of training, so I'm proud of myself.
Good job. But before Tucker Knight can bench nearly 500 fucking pounds, because Tucker Knight is apparently a fucking Goliath.
He can basically bench press the Big Show.
Whoa! Actually, that's Big Show's down to 400.
I know. He's doing really well. I'm proud of him. That
Good
probably
job, Big
will...
Show.
Honestly, that'll probably extend his career by a year or two.
Yeah, good job. But anyway, Drew McIntyre was off to the side of this, and before they could start before he could start benching, Andrade Almas came up to McIntyre, got in his face, and said, "See you next week."
McIntyre's gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, it seems like McIntyre is kind of just shooting up the card at light speed, and we're probably going to get McIntyre versus Rude, if not at the next takeover, at the SummerSlam takeover.
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Which out of Raw and SmackDown, which has the weaker mid card?
Raw.
Yeah,
Raw
Raw.
definitely does.
So
Because
what if
SmackDown's mid card is basically the
it
U.S.
has
title scene.
fucking Shinsuke Nakamura? Shut up.
Yeah, that SmackDown's mid card is doing great.
Basically, Raw got fucked in the shakeup.
Dude, at this point, like, it seems like the top belt between both shows is the U.S. title. We're getting fucking Styles and Kevin Owens for the U.S. title at Backlash. That's a fucking dream match.
It is. It really is. It should be for the belt, but some dickhead who's never around has it.
Orton's around.
No, the other dickhead.
That's a Raw thing.
My point still fucking stands.
It really doesn't.
Kevin Owens was the last person before Goldberg or Brock to hold it.
Okay, that's your point. Okay, fair enough. But anyway, so Andrade Almas as a warm-up for Drew McIntyre next week. He took on Danny Burch, who last time we saw him was fucking dead in the UK tournament.
And he's dead now.
He's a double ghost. So it looks like they're really going hard on this Andrade Almas Party Hardy storyline. Like they're basically saying this dude is like.
God, I've just realized what they're doing to him.
What are they doing?
They are turning him into Del Rio, early Del Rio, might I add.
Okay, I missed early Del Rio, so fill me in.
Early Del Rio was basically he was a party rich boy aristocrat from Mexico who drove fast cars, hanged out with pretty women, blah 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 blah. That's pretty much what they're doing right now, minus the fast cars because it's NXT.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll have a vignette at some point of him driving around
in a Mercedes or something.
Yeah, in Miami or something like that. Just like on hey.
Yeah. You can understand why that annoys me because I'm a fan of El Patron. El Patron. El Patreon.
well, this gives them a chance to kind of like it. This almost is going to be kind of their second chance to get Del Rio right. So.
Oh, they got Del Rio right the first time. It's just they fucked Del Rio over.
Yeah. But so by the way, there was a spot in this match between Almas and Burch where Almas tried to leapfrog Burch and Burch just grabbed his leg and face planted Almas. And I want to say I've seen that move before, but for the life of me, I can't remember another time I've seen that. And it feels like
I think it's a Marty Skrull thing.
Well, then that's a cool place to pull it from. I haven't seen a lot of Skrull matches. Like,
you should, dude.
Like I've seen some. So,
basically, watch anything with Marty Skrull, and you'll understand why I want him in WWE. There's several reasons why I want several indie guys to come to NXT/WWE because they are so good and so underappreciated.
Yeah. By the way, Danny Burch in this match had like the best fucking facials. Like he just looks so weathered and like.
What about that?
What he looked like? You know what he looked like? You can probably back me up on this one. He looked like a British Minoru Suzuki.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, he just looks like an old bastard kind of guy.
I'll tell you what was the best part. When he went and smacked Tien, almost whatever you want to call him, Mr. Free Names, because fuck the announcing.
Get over it.
I will not.
I have. And just deal.
Anyway, so he smashes him with like I think it was an elbow or something. He turns around to gloat, and then he just gets blasted in the back of the neck.
Just fucking waylaid. Yeah. And that led to the end. Double knee strikes, hammerlock DDT, bam bam boom. Always wins. And then afterwards he's still in the ring, kind of just like, this
Preening.
is too easy. Yeah, preening. Okay, next up was a video package from the Asuka Ember Moon match, and a lot of this match was a lot of this package was every other NXT woman hyping up Asuka. There was Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, Liv Morgan, and Daria Baronato. And after they got done like stroking her off, like they said that Asuka has an Achilles heel, that she's getting way too big for her britches. She's getting too confident.
See, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But look what happened last time she was getting confident.
She murdered everyone?
Yes. And she beat the other undefeated woman in the division.
Yeah, I feel like the fact that they're playing this up so much is like they're almost doing it as a red herring.
What I say, and I have said this for a while, she will stay undefeated and she will drop the title and say, fight over what I don't need anymore because I have insert SmackDown / Raw women's title.
Yeah, like, I guess that would make sense, but like...
That would make sense in her character. It would make sense because why would you need the developmental women's title when you have the main roster title? And it's also already stated in the continuity of WWE, if you are the WWE, in this case it was Divas champion, you cannot be the NXT champion at the same time. I.e., look at Paige.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. So, after that was a...
Good promo, though.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like, it was better than a lot of the other stuff that Ember Moon's done lately, so... Yeah. After that, we got a brief package for Dillinger and Young. There was recaps from everything from Ty's loss in Toronto to now, kind of just
summing
recaps.
Summing up the feud.
And then we had a tag team match. Aliyah and Liv Morgan versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Aliyah has cat ears.
Aliyah,
what a fucking weeb.
No, it's not even that. Aliyah and Liv Morgan both have dubstep music.
Yeah.
I have a question, CFO. What the fuck is up with you and your goddamn obsession with goddamn electronic dubstep bullshit?
I don't know. Like, I guess it fits both. It at least fits Morgan's character, I guess. Like, Aliyah's still kind of developing her character, so...
But see, the thing is... At this point, they're both tagging together. Like, why don't you just combine their themes?
Because I don't think that this partnership is going to last for... Like, I'm not going to say that they're going to turn heel on one another at some point, but I think that they're going to... Like, this is just a temporary partnership. Like, I don't think that they're going to be, like... Like, if there was a women's tag team title, I don't think that they'd be competing for it. But, so there was a couple of cool spots from this match. Like, Morgan dodged a clothesline Matrix style. That was cool. And exactly one person in the crowd was trying to start a "This is awesome" chant. Sorry, dude.
Oh, there is one other thing. 1, 2, sweet!
Yeah. Luckily, I'm not getting tired of that just yet, but I feel like that...
As a New Japan mark, I will never get sick of it.
I could imagine at some point the crowd's... Like, after a crowd does that, the rest of the crowd would be like, shut the fuck up!
Well, at least it hasn't invaded the main roster yet.
It has. It was happening during WrestleMania.
Well, it's WrestleMania. I don't count that.
Okay, well, it's coming to the main roster soon then.
Like,
So
basically, I count
Mhm.
coming to the main roster when it comes to a pay-per-view that isn't Big Four.
Yeah. So this match had kind of a weird finish.
Kind
So
of.
yes. So Peyton Royce hits Aliyah with a big spinning roundhouse kick. And the ref goes down, goes 1, 2, and then there's a camera cut. And then after the cut, Aliyah gets her shoulder up. And everyone looked confused. Like, Liv Morgan looked like she missed a cue. Freaking Royce thought she had won. The crowd acted like you guys just fucked up hard. I think I haven't looked this up and I can't confirm just yet, but I think Aliyah may have missed the 3 count. And they edited it out with video magic.
WWE News.
What did you say?
I am checking the dirt sheets.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna look at that spoiler. I'm not going to look at that spoiler.
Oh yeah, they just did a round of tapings like tonight.
Yes, they did. I'm going to leave the dirt sheet before I yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, like
So I did
that's
see
just
one thing that
Mhm.
is pertinent.
Hmm?
Ember Moon may have injured herself.
Uh-oh.
There goes their top babyface. Oh,
That's
Ruby,
a
could
shame.
you come here for a second? Push.
Yep. Time to hotshot Ruby. Or
I
like,
don't mind
or
because she is a fucking punk girl.
either that or like start acting like, oh yeah, we have fucking Princess Kimberly. Let's do
Yes.
stuff with her. She's only like the first woman to ever like hold a company's top belt. That's kind of cool that we have. But anyway, the actual finish to this match, the one that didn't get edited out. Um, so Aliyah tried to roll up Peyton, but Peyton grabbed Billy Kay's hand. Liv Morgan dropped kick Kay off the apron, and Aliyah successfully got the roll up for the 3 and the win. And the highlight then came when fucking Billy Kay and Peyton Royce had a fucking tantrum in the ring. Like they were going ape shit in the ring.
I would too if your opponent fucked the ending up.
Yeah. Like they were just like 8-year-olds who just had their jump rope stolen. It was bad.
I am okay with that because it is in character.
Mm-hmm. That was cool. So before we get to the main event, they pretty much announced all of the matches for next week's episode. Aleister Black will be fighting someone. I'm sure it'll be quick, just like the match last week, which we didn't get to talk about, which was whoo! That was cool.
Yes, it was.
We're also getting Almas versus McIntyre confirmed and Bate versus Gallagher confirmed.
Yes.
All these are good things.
Yes, all
So,
these are very good things.
main event time. Ty Dillinger versus Eric Young inside a steel cage. So,
I want to bring something up.
mm-hmm.
Should have happened at Takeover.
What this like whole thing?
This match should have happened at Takeover, and the week before Takeover should have been the multi-man match.
Okay, that's fair. But there's something about this kind of match that I've kind of always had a problem with, and it's a big pet peeve of mine. I hate that you can walk through the door to win the match. I fucking hate that that's an actual thing that can happen.
Yes.
Like, if you can
I
climb...
like the rule where it's pinfall, submission, and going over the cage.
Right, because going over the cage requires way more effort, because literally everyone in the world can walk through a door. Like, or even crawl through a door, like what happened with the actual finish of the match. Like, if you can incapacitate your opponent to the point where you can, like, climb over the cage, then you could have probably pinned him and got the same result. So I'm fine with that. But I hate escape the door to win the cage match.
I think
It's
it
so
shouldn't.
dumb.
I think it shouldn't end if you go through the door. It should just keep going. So you could throw someone out the door and then brawl outside, knock them out outside of the ring, and then you go back in the ring, climb over, and climb back down.
That defeats the whole purpose of having a cage. Just
True.
let them in, or better yet, don't even have a door on the cage. Have them lift up the cage to let them in, put the cage back down, and don't lift it back up until someone wins. As for the actual match between Dillinger and Young,
it was so good.
It was great. I've been trying to pinpoint why exactly Ty Dillinger is as popular as he is, and I've come up with a couple things. First off, the tiebreaker is a fucking great finisher.
Also, he's a good seller.
He's a good seller. That's good. And this match kind of showed he works at a fucking frantic pace when he wants to.
Yeah. Honestly,
he was running all over the ring. Yeah.
Honestly, I would rather have him as. Honestly, if Vince tomorrow said Ty Dillinger is the new Golden Boy, fuck Roman Reigns, I would go, okay, here's a big wad of cash, give me all the Ty merch.
Cool. There's about 1 billion people that we can also say that about, but yeah. Yeah. All right,
Also, you could also call this match a perfect 10. 10. And I think I broke him.
Fuck you.
Ty broke him.
Fuck you. Okay, so there was 2 insane spots in this match.
2?
Well, insanier. Okay, let's. I got the notes here. I can do.
You got the Nicky notes?
I got the Nicky notes. Trademark.
They're not so sticky Nicky notes.
Yeah, well, I could be using the sticky notes on my computer. Then they'd be sticky Nicky notes.
Exactly.
Or Nicky sticky notes.
Well,
I'll brainstorm this later. So, early on, Eric Young pretty much dominated the early part of the match. He was getting thrown into the cage a whole bunch. He did the thing where he gets on the turnbuckle and kind of like does the upward, or grabs his neck and just lifts him off the ground. That looks like it fucking sucks. But then Ty started just flinging Young into the cage left, right, and center.
So at one point he super kicked him into the cage.
Mm-hmm. And like by this point, Eric Young's face was just a bloody mess.
I would like to note, I don't know whether that was gotten the hard way or with a blade.
Hard way. I'm gonna guess hard way.
Yeah, Eric Young is the kind of person who knows how to get it the hard way because he's worked in TNA for so long.
He seems like he'd be his character at least seems like he'd be way into bleeding. So, Ty, so at one point, here's one of the fucking crazy spots. Both men are on the top turnbuckle. Dillinger falls to the floor. Young climbs to the top of the cage and fucking elbow drops him from the top all the way down.
Think Macho Man Randy Savage style.
Ooh, yeah. By the way, speaking of Macho Man, I forgot to mention this earlier, but during the heavy machinery type deal, Otis Dozovich was doing his best Macho Man impression. And by the way, and I'll be honest, I did not expect that voice to come out of Dozovich. I was expecting way more Eastern European-y.
So, I have one thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So...
Sanjay Lethal, he's really good.
Oh, yeah, Sanjay Lethal. So, Young goes to walk out of the cage and, like, Ty's dead, but he still grabs his leg. And he's just like... And Young's just like, thank you for doing that. I get to beat you up more now.
Oh, good. I get to beat you up more. Yay!
And Eric Young picks him up slowly, and turns out Ty was suckering him in and hits the fucking tiebreaker out of nowhere. Like, you wouldn't consider the tiebreaker an out-of-nowhere move. He hit this one from out of nowhere.
For the tiebreaker, yes, it was out of nowhere.
And it was, wait. So now Ty's going for the door, but then Sanity comes back out and slams the door on him. This causes Ono, Strong, and Ruby Riott to come out.
But by the way,
mm-hmm.
Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf had the best faces then.
Yes. Like when they closed the door, Alexander Wolf was just like, yeah, like Alexander Wolf is sneaky good. Like,
yeah.
If at the very least, because I don't think he's wrestled a single
singles match.
Like anything but a 6-man tag. Like he's just so good, and I hope good things happen to him. Apparently, like here's a weird thing. I saw Nikki Cross very briefly, and I saw Ruby Riott very briefly. I can only imagine they brawled to the back because neither of them were seen ever again for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I saw what happened. Basically, you know that little pit area? They went there and then they disappeared.
Yeah, pretty much. So it was all
the
guys.
I think they did that because they didn't really have a spot for either of them. So they just said, hey, get into a brawl to the back, and that'll do. Yeah.
So there was another crazy spot where like Strong and Ono are beating up on Alexander Wolf right next to the cage, and then here comes fucking Damo and just clotheslines the shit out of everyone, including a ref.
I feel sorry for that ref.
He clotheslined 3 people at once. That might be a record.
And then he started to climb the cage. A man that big shouldn't be doing that.
I think the reason they stopped him was because he could feel the other side of the cage lifting off the ground.
Tip. Smash. Lawsuit as 2 people get hit by steel cage.
Yeah. So afterwards, Wolf started climbing the other side of the cage. Dillinger threw Eric Young into him. And then we got to the finish where Ty Dillinger was on the top of the cage and hit a big diving crossbody onto Young and Killian Dane. Wolf was climbing up the side, and Dillinger was able to escape the door and win the match.
It's okay, Nicky. It's okay.
No, don't like it.
Could be worse.
Dare I ask?
Ty could have won by count out 10.
How do you win a cage match by count out? No, stop with your dumb 10 chance. This is an important question. How do you win a cage match by a fucking count out?
Knock them out?
You're bad at this.
Knock them out for 10 seconds and they win?
You're bad at this.
I never said I was good.
Good, because you'd be lying.
And anyway, I
So,
learned it from you.
no, you didn't.
Okay, I learned it
So,
from Toon.
okay, I can believe that. So, yeah, Ty Dillinger won his last match in NXT. What are your thoughts on that?
Good for him. He deserved it. He'd been nothing but losing for most of his NXT career.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, typically, like, supposed to go out on your back, but I can, like,
Honestly,
but this one time.
yeah, he'd been putting new people over pretty much his
Hmm.
entire run in NXT. So I don't
Yeah,
mind him winning his last match.
yeah, yeah. Like, he had gone over for his, like, takeover career. So, yeah, give him one big win in NXT. And the way they did it, it didn't make Sanity look weak.
No.
So that's good at least. Um,
And
mhm.
what's really good is when Sanity does come to the main roster, they can reignite this feud on the basis that he hasn't pinned Eric Young yet.
They still got that going for him. And I would imagine that next for Sanity would probably be a feud with Cassius.
Yep.
That still seems like it's in the cards. So, yeah,
And
Dillinger got.
what's good
Mhm.
is, and I think they should do this because this would be nice,
Mhm.
get more people.
Yeah, make Sanity seem like a fucking virus
Yes.
that just keeps infecting people. Like, the next person that should get infected is Roderick Strong.
No.
No way, Jose.
Uh, maybe.
Yeah, because yeah, No Way Jose would make a lot of sense because he didn't come out tonight to help
Like,
with the
yeah,
beatdown.
Jose has been gone since his supposed injury. So
Yeah,
what's really good, you get a new flag added to the mix.
yeah. Ironically enough, everyone in Sanity is from not America, so that's another.
Mm. We got a Canadian, we got
Mm-hmm.
an a Scottish. Who's the Irish?
Dame, uh, Damo is from Ireland. Cross is from Scotland. I want to say Alexander Wolf is German.
I shall check because I have the internet.
Yeah, it's a great thing, that internet.
WWE.
And yeah, that would mean, and of course, No Way Jose is Dominican. So, yeah.
Wolf is from. Yeah, he is from. Um. Yeah, he's from Germany.
Yes.
He is also 6'2".
Hmm. Damn, then how fucking tall is Damo?
Ah.
I think Damo's taller than him. Watch me be super wrong. Oh, he's 5'5".
Let me grab that for a second. Killian Dane is 6'4", 322 pounds.
That's a huge bitch.
Damn, he's almost 2 meters tall.
Yeah, he's a big old lad.
Big fella.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so all in all, like, pretty good NXT this week.
Oh, if they really wanted to put a heel on that UK thing,
Mm-hmm.
put Damo
Damo.
there.
Okay,
Big
I can
dominant
buy that.
heel that squashes everyone.
So basically, like what he was like in WCPW.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
He's either the big friendly giant or the I'm gonna crush you with my forearm until you stay down.
That one, make it that one. Like that one, please. The second one. But yeah, besides the bad botch in the finish to the women's tag match, really not that much to complain about in this week's episode. Good stuff. Like NXT's been on a bit of a roll because the takeover after, or the the match after the first NXT of the new era, last week's was really good. Takeover Orlando was fucking S tier. So
Yeah.
NXT's doing good. Watch NXT, kids.
Watch NXT. Learn how to do things. Don't watch
Couldn't
us.
have said it better myself.
Don't watch us how to structure a video. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. We're not good at this.
But we do it live, which makes it a bit more charming.
Yee.
Anyway, this has been James the Squirrel and Nicky V.
I'm gonna go play Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'm gonna go have something to eat, have a snack, have a drink, and then go play basketball with my little brother.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.